All right, everybody, we are live and back again for another edition of the Love and Relationships Conversation. I am your host, JD, aka Mr. December, and as per usual, we got our co-host with us, the Alabama Church Girl. Say something to the people, Val.
Beep, beep, toot, toot. Hey, good people. It's your Alabama Church Girl here. We have another taboo topic on today, and I can't wait. How about you? Go ahead and tap your friends and tell them to come on in. Don't forget that you have free reign to give your testimonies down in the congregation, i.e., the comments.
I.e. the comments. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video. And don't forget to join us in the conversations. Put your thoughts down in the comments below. And we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Our first topic of the evening. Unrealistic expectations. Now, if you're in our Facebook group, you might know why we, kind of chuckling at this. We had put something, I posted something in the group just yesterday, and it made me think about the topic of unrealistic expectations. So I'm gonna share that with y'all right now. Let me put it up on the screen. Bam. Here's what I posted in the group the other day. Y'all, look at my man. He said he's sure enough short. And then my man says he's 23 years old, no kids, a homeowner, a car owner, a business owner, a BA in computer science / business administration. And that's just about him. And this is what he's looking for. Looking for women whom are single, real hair, no kids, make a minimum of $120,000 annually, must own a home and a luxury vehicle, not an A to B, a luxury vehicle, and cannot weigh over 150 pounds. Alabama Church Girl, are his expectations a little too high?
Well, people want what they want now. They like what they like and they want what they want. I'm not gonna be mad at him for wanting what he wants.
But is it unrealistic though? Let's keep it a thigh while.
Well, here's where I challenge him.
Mm-hmm.
He listed his resume in a very vague form, and he listed his expectations very specifically.
Mm-hmm.
If you want all these very specific attributes in a woman, I need you to specifically tell me how much you weigh, specifically tell me how much you're making, specifically tell me what kind of car do you have. Be very specific, sir, because you clearly you don't have a problem being specific. But let's not make this unbalanced.
Come on with it. Come on with it.
He is not my cup of tea.
Oh, but come on, come on. You're keeping it politically correct.
I told you, I like dark meat or white meat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the tan brand.
Nothing in between, huh?
No. So that's not my cup of tea. But I'm going to say this. More importantly, for me personally, is character. Because your resume could be slamming. Like, he listed some really good things on his resume. His resume sounds good. But your gifts will get you there. It's your character that will keep you.
Okay, what do we know about this guy's character?
Well, his picture tells me he ain't working out as much as he needs to be. So I need to know, is it just because your schedule is busy, or are you just unmotivated? See, those are the things that I look at. Because I mean, sometimes people do pick up weight when things are off balance in their life.
Yeah, true, true.
But at the same time, do you have an inward motivation to get it done, or you just like, take me as I am, all this jelly roll and everything else? Because if you want her to be no more than 150 pounds, I'm gonna need you to work on that gut, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
Okay,
saying.
okay. So let's just break it down for a second. So, translation, this is what I'm hearing. His expectations are unrealistic, right?
I wouldn't say unrealistic because there are some women out there that will meet all of that. But I think his presentation was not fair and balanced.
He got confidence. My man confident in who he is, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Body
confidently
positivity.
decline.
Yeah, body positivity, right?
I'm positive that body ain't it.
Uh-huh. So let's put the shoe on the other foot. If it was a female that was, kind of on his physical level, saying that she wanted the same things, what would you say?
I
I
say the
mean,
same. So I say the same thing, sis. Now
mm-hmm,
this, what's that girl name that got on a few months ago, telling the girls, the ones that's baby girl, that girl that do all this extraness. I don't know her name.
B Simone?
Yes, her.
Yeah.
Now, I don't agree with everything she said, but she said something right then. when
Mm-hmm.
when you want all these things in a man, and I need a real man doing this and buying Birkin bags and flying me out on trips, you need to be doing some things yourself. I need a family man, but you haven't seen your family. You ain't hanging
Right.
out with your family. You ain't taking your kids nowhere. You know what I mean? I think that it needs to be fair and balanced.
Right. So I mean, and all of that is true, and that's what brings me to want to ask this question. In 2021, is the reason why we're not seeing more relationships in our community, more marriages in our community? Is it because our expectations are too high, or are our expectations really unrealistic? Because what do you hear most people say they want in our community these days, whether it be men or whether it be women? If you ask most of the women, and I'm just gonna say women, period. If you ask most of the women what type of man do they want, or what does a man have to bring to the table, a lot of them are describing somebody that's a rare commodity. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, a lot of women say that they want a man that's at least making six figures. Now, don't get me wrong, it is some women out there that really don't focus on money, but at the end of the day, if you're looking for a spouse, if you're looking for a mate, a woman wants to feel like they have some kind of security. Stop me if I'm lying, right?
You're right.
And part of that security comes with financial security, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even if a woman says that, okay, he doesn't have to make $100,000 a year or six figures or whatever, but he at least has to match me.
So yes, that I do see women saying stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think though that yes, that might be an unrealistic expectation if you don't have any compromise with that. Because
Right.
sometimes you might not find the man that's matching you financially, but y'all click, y'all gel. I mean, y'all have the best time with each other. Your lifestyles match up. And okay, I'm gonna stop it right there, and I can't get to bride status because he don't make them as much as I want him to make. No, girl, you got to dig down in your pocketbook and say, wait a minute, I didn't just come to this relationship with money. I came here because I'm a boss lady, and I can bring my babe up with me in this boss status. And it's the same thing that goes with a man. I mean, just like I was saying about character, that man might find a woman that is wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful as far as taking care of the house, or wonderful as far as loving him like he want to love, wonderful as giving him that good wop, wonderful as far as really understanding his family values or his religion's values, and they gel, they match, they're equally yoked in that. But she might be over 200 pounds. Where are you, brother? Where can you speak to the soul of that woman and say, baby, we're gonna work on this together? You know what I mean?
Now, let me pause you right there. Now, a lot of women probably won't take that too good. You know what I'm
But
saying?
see, that's
Like,
it's
come
a
on,
delicate, yes, it's a
yeah,
delicate dance.
yeah, it is really, really delicate. Oh, you should be able to accept me for who I am and what I am and body positivity and all that stuff, right? You know, it's
But it's
easier said than done, is what I'm trying to say, right?
yeah, but it goes back to what I said about this gentleman on the screen. What's that internal motivation? What's that internal motivation? Because a lot
Mm-hmm.
of times, let me, y'all about to talk about me, ladies, but I'm okay. Guess what? I'm Teflon Don, baby. I bounce back. I got some good skin, thick skin.
Not the
But
Teflon done.
what a lot of times, honestly, that body positivity talk is a mask for low self-esteem and low confidence. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to jump on the bandwagon of don't fat shame people. Leave us alone. I got this. My stomach look good, big and baggy. No, sweetie, at the end of the day, you got to consider your health. And your partner is going to have to consider your health down the line. You know what I mean?
Right,
So,
right.
and I'm not. Please trust and believe. Y'all wanted me to jump on the scale for you right now? I'm going to tell you, me, Valerie, I am not no skinny girl. I have to
Mm.
get out in that gym. I have to. Just a month or so ago, I was over 200 pounds. So I'm thick with it, girlfriend. I ain't lying to you. But at the same time, I know what is best for me and my partner at the end of the day. And my guy ain't no little guy either. You know, but we both know, hey, he's been getting up, going running in the morning times. I've been going out to that gym in the evening times. My refrigerator is meal prepped down because
Mm-hmm.
I know at the end of the day, what's going to be best for the lifestyle that we choose to live is that our bodies are in good health. The Bible even tells us that I wish that you would prosper.
Right.
Yes, we want prosperity, but he also says to be in good health even as your soul prospers. So it's not going to do you any good to get all this money and stack and stacks and stacks and stacks and stack up all these bags, and your health is down here. Because guess what? All them bags going to the doctor, to the hospital,
You got
all your
that right.
time.
Right. Yeah, you ain't never lied. But so what you saying is y'all kind of doing it together, and that's helping y'all out.
And it's
So
mindset and it's character.
right, right. Now, what I've got to say about my man right here. Now, we all know that this dude is reaching. You know what I'm saying? This dude is reaching mighty, mighty high. But too many people in our community like have unrealistic expectations now. And I gotta be honest, I gotta keep it a thigh while. I believe that modern women, sometimes y'all's expectations are a little too unrealistic. And I'm not saying you in particular, I'm just saying, in general. So
Mm-hmm.
the majority of the women want somebody that's at least taller than them. Most of them say like what, 6 feet, 6 feet, something like that.
Uh-huh.
Six figures. Yeah.
I know I stand by that.
Yeah. Six figures.
I
And
don't want to
the
be
six
looking
pack.
down at nobody.
Yeah,
And what?
yeah. The 6 feet tall, the six figures, and the six pack abs. That's what women typically want. At least that's what a lot of them say.
That's the
Now,
devil. That's 666.
you know what I'm saying? Now, I can understand wanting somebody that's 6 feet tall. If you're a female, you're around 5'10, 5'11, you know what I'm saying? And you want to wear some heels. So you might want somebody, that's can at least look you in the eye, right? I can kind of get that. But if you 5 foot nothing, What you need with a man 6 feet tall?
Exactly. Leave that to the tall girls.
Come on now. And then and really the average height of a man is about around 5'8", 5'9". That's average height for a man. And you got some people that females in particular, because that's who I'm talking about right now. We'll get to the men in just a second. But they won't even look at a man if they not 6 feet or better. And that, believe it or not, that's a smaller percentage of men. And then
Yeah.
if you look at the money piece of it, the financial piece of it, that's an even smaller percentage of men.
Well,
And then
hey.
a lot of us got work to do in the gym, so 6-pack abs, that's a smaller percentage. And then a lot of the women that's saying they want this stuff, they look like the busted can of Pillsbury biscuits they sell.
Yeah, so
I mean,
unrealistic. We got to
yeah.
look in the mirror and look at ourselves, check and do some
What?
introspection before you try to size somebody else up.
Right. What's that? The rapper's name? The big girl that was she was at the basketball game.
Well, her butt cheeks out.
Yeah. Yeah. What's her
Why I'm
name?
looking at her.
She's
I
a
just
rapper,
took a
right?
DNA test. Turns out I'm
Lizzo,
100% that
Lizzo.
Lizzo.
Yeah,
Yes.
Lizzo. So not too long ago, Lizzo tried to shoot her shot at Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to just come out and say it, but I mean,
That's what we're here for, JD.
I don't want to just come out and
We're here
say
for
it,
you
but
to say it.
I'm gonna say it. So
Okay.
men are visual. Appreciate that, RJ.
Thank you.
Men are visual, and with the whole body positivity and oh, she's still cute and she deserves this. I mean, come on, that's unrealistic.
So come on and just say it, JD. Why are you scared now? Come on, come on.
I
Just
mean, I
say
mean,
it.
she's a larger lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she got some bread, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure that she doesn't want to date down. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So
So
you women typically try to date up, right? Because
can I say it for you since you don't want to say it?
let me hear what you're gonna say.
Lizzo. I love her. I love Lizzo. I do. She is on my playlist. I even follow her on TikTok. I love Lizzo. I do. But if you follow Lizzo, you see what I'm talking about. All that public body positivity talk is a mask for some inward insecurities. If you follow her, you
Mm-hmm.
see Lizzo crying more than not. If you follow Lizzo, you see she been working out trying to get them pounds off.
Mm-hmm.
It's We all know at the end of the day, we wanna be, jet setting and living the life, right? We want to be
Right,
banged out
right,
over the balcony. But you ain't jet setting with all the extra. Honestly, it will stifle your life. So we all know that, if we want to live a certain lifestyle, we got to have a certain level of discipline. It
right.
ain't easy. I tell y'all all the time, if you're following me on Instagram, it's Valerie Real One. I tell y'all all the time about my health journey. It ain't easy for me to stop going to Starbucks. I love a Java chip frappuccino. I do. I'm kind of addicted. But at the same time, I know I can't let my butt get to be a size 53 around. So
Not a 53.
I'm already at a 43, JD. I'm telling you,
Mm-mm.
I'm thick. So,
My
but
word.
that ain't healthy. It ain't
Mm.
healthy. So I can't do that. I can't do it. That's okay. Facebook user. Let me look on here and see who that
And
is.
see who that is.
Yeah. It's okay. But honestly, we just have to monitor it, and we gotta be honest with ourselves about it. I love Lizzo, I do. But at the same time, you'll see if you're following her, there are some deep insecurities.
Right, right. Let me read this comment that's on the screen right now. Flavor Flav had a TV show though. Women are usually more forgiving when it comes to looks, as long as you have other things to offer. And I do believe that's true. I have heard women say that a lot. That looks don't really matter as much to them, but is more of what you got going on for yourself. If your bag is right, if making a good bit of money, if you don't have the looks that she's looking for, more than likely you're gonna have to have a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? Am I lying, Val? I don't think so. I don't think
Um,
so.
I
Uh,
think can I add something to that?
Come on with it.
I think you are partially correct
Mm-hmm.
because I think that sometimes you guys don't know the value of the D, and women will excuse a lot of things for some good D.
Now, I believe that's true too. I believe that's true too. Bedroom fun does play a good bit in it. Now,
Hmm.
uh, is it safe to say that those are the two biggest things that women rate a man on as far as their expectations? The wallet and the bedroom fun?
So wise women are they enter the relationship with their eyes wide open. But some of us have been dumb for a while. And some of us we get blindsided by those two things. And I think
Yeah.
that men know that. They use those two things to manipulate the situation.
Now, look, we all know, about reality TV or whatever, but look at Flavor Flav. Flavor Flav looked like a burn up match, but he had the money. And these girls were going crazy over this guy just for a chance of some exposure, a chance for the come up, whatever it may be.
I heard he had two things.
I
That's what Miss New York said.
don't want to know about. Let's move on from Flavor Flav.
so there you have it.
And let's move on from Flavor Flav. Now, Val, I know you've been dying to ask. I know you've been dying. Oh, before I go on, another unrealistic expectation, right? That I feel like women have. Modern women want a man to be more traditional, and they're not as traditional themselves. What's up with that?
Do you mean more chivalrous?
No, I mean, as far as being able to provide, pay the majority of the bills, being able to protect, all of that stuff, security, but modern women don't want to be traditional women.
I think those type expectations can be challenged based on status and yeah, cuz some women it don't matter. If that D is powerful, they don't it doesn't matter.
She
but
said
but
powerful, y'all.
yeah, it's the Holy Spirit.
She said powerful. But yeah, I know you've been dying to ask. So we've been talking about my man right here and his unrealistic expectations. I know you can't wait. I know you've been dying to flip the script about men's unrealistic expectation when it comes to women.
Hmm.
Yeah, come on with it.
Yeah,
I'm ready for you to agree.
well, I agree. Y'all want some things too that's unrealistic. You want us to work. You want us to keep the house clean. You want to be able to take your underwear off and lay them on the side of the bed and not and expect us to be right there to pick it up and catch it. Like, baby, I got you. and
I don't
carry
know
these
all that.
two small babies on both breasts. Oh God. And I work a 40-hour job. Oh God. And I'm full of all these degrees. Oh God, she's wonderful.
Yo,
She's my Shiro. And it's like, man, if you don't get out of here with this.
you ladies are always so extra.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, I don't think men have that as many unrealistic expectations when it comes to women as women has when it comes to men. Now, men are simple. We are very, very simple. If you feed us, if you give us some peace, give us some bedroom fun, and we vibe good together, that's all we really need.
I don't know. Some y'all start out simple, but then you just become babies, and
We
you just
become
needy, needy,
babies.
needy, needy, needy. Yeah.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. And
Yes.
this is the reason. This is the reason why I say that. So I'm the type of dude that I I like my stuff a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So I can clean up for myself. I don't expect somebody to clean up behind me or anything like that. If you do it, that's just an added bonus or whatever. But I think one of the misconceptions is that women think that men want you to be able to perform like a spicy star or whatever, trying to keep it clean for YouTube, and be able to cook 5 course meals all at the same time and not get tired of none of that stuff. But that's not necessarily true. If you can just simply add some value and give that man some peace, that's all we're really looking for.
And like I said, I think that you guys start out like that,
And then
but
what?
once you start getting comfortable, the expectations get greater. And sometimes I think in relationships it might go the reverse for women. Women might start out wanting a lot, but as they get comfortable with you, their expectations decrease.
No, y'all want
Um,
more, more.
you think so?
Y'all want more as the time goes. Okay, see, let's just take at the beginning of the relationship, right? At the
Uh-huh.
beginning stages. Let's just say you're type of female that like flowers.
Mm-hmm.
If I bring you flowers on the first date, you might not expect me to bring you flowers on the second date, but you're gonna expect me to keep bringing you flowers. And then
At
not
least once a
only not,
month.
you see exactly now, even though you just sit up and let them flowers die, you still expect the man to keep bringing you them flowers. You
Wait
know
a
what I'm
minute now.
saying? And then
Okay, can I
it
give a
goes.
retort,
Well,
please?
hang on. Then it goes from just flowers to well, flowers and you don't take me out no more, or flowers and when was the last time you bought me something, or flowers date, when was the last time you bought me something, to we don't never take no trips. It's always more. And then on top of that, y'all expect us to read your mind.
Come on now, unrealistic expectations. I'm ready for my retort.
Yeah, go ahead. It's on you.
Because it starts out, we cook you one good home cooked southern meal and put our foot in it like mama told us to. Then you want it every day. You didn't understand how much prep work went into that, sir. I didn't mean to do it every day, sir. I just wanted you to know that I can do it, sir.
Mm-hmm. I feel you.
Then you get that you hit us, you catch us on that good day when the mood is right, the atmosphere is ready, it's right, and the rainforest falls down and all the
Uh-huh.
acrobats come out. And then you expect that every day. And it's like, wait a minute, sir. Not today. I don't work and had a whole long, hard day of work. And I came back to this house and did 3 loads of laundry. Today ain't the day, sir. I'm sorry for your
Mm-hmm.
expectations, but I can't meet them today, sir.
Okay, and I feel you on that. all of us have days like that, when things ain't going, the way we think they should go. You might have woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or you might have thought your day was gonna go one way, and then when you get to work, it go a whole nother way. I get that from time to time. That's normal. Cause even sometimes men, we feel like that too. You know what I'm saying? It's pressure on us too. Don't get it twisted. But that it just can't keep happening. All the time. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You can't keep
It's
happening
something.
all the
Sometimes
time.
you have to be good with that. Well, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Sometimes you pull up to the tank and you get $5 of gas. I just need a little bit to tie me over.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. But yeah, and I feel like you know honestly, a lot of us kind of need to drop our expectations a little bit, because the reality of it is, whether we like it or not, everybody, especially y'all ladies, y'all got y'all's long laundry list of what y'all require, what y'all want out of a man, and you don't want to settle and this, that, and the third. But the reality of it is, you're not gonna find somebody that really checks every block 100% of the time. You know what I'm saying? And just like in that movie, they might have 80% of what you're looking for, but might be lacking in
80/20.
that 20%. Yeah, that 80/20 rule. You know what I'm saying? Because really nobody's perfect. But if the connection is there, as long as everybody taking care of themselves, at the beginning, ain't no bills running behind no repos or anything like that crazy happening on the date. You should be good. It might not look like everything you want them to look like. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of our people miss out on potentially good relationships, because too high of expectations. Do you have anything you want to add to that, Miss Val?
This has been a great spirited conversation. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, and we're not done yet. We got another. I believe that was a good segue. We got
Yeah.
another topic that we want to talk about, and it is this generation afraid of marriage? Is this generation afraid of marriage? I'll go ahead and start this one off. I have to say emphatically yes. This generation does not have a positive view of marriage. I think the vision of marriage is skewed. I think a lot of people have um, negative connotations about marriage, maybe perhaps of what they saw in their household growing up, or something that they went through with a spouse or through a divorce or what have you. But what I'm noticing is, and this is kind of dangerous, that people would rather link up with somebody and have a baby with that person after they've already proven that they're not worthy, or that they're not ready for that type of responsibility. But they will have a whole child with a person, and sometimes not just one, sometimes two or three or four with a person, and not want to get married, have no fear about having children, but absolutely terrified about marriage. And I think the reason is marriage is cheap to get into. You can go down to the courthouse and get married for less than $100, and it's all done.
I don't know. The way
But
our budget is wrapping up right now, it ain't cheap.
well, I mean, I'm just saying, if
I
you
know what
don't,
you mean,
yeah,
though.
just as a piece, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For less than $100, you can get married, right? But if things start to go wrong, and for whatever reason that you want to get out of the marriage or whatever, it's not as cheap to get out of the marriage as it was to get in it.
Yeah, they
And
say.
a
I'm
lot of
sorry.
time, no, you get, and a lot of time divorces can get really, really messy, because that by that time, Feelings are way, way, way involved. Feelings done got hurt. Uh, things have been said, no telling, and then don't let children be involved. Then it's even worse.
Mhm.
So, I mean, do you agree?
I agree. Now they advertise these $300 divorce attorneys to
Mm-mm.
give pay $300 and be divorced in 30 days. I'm gonna tell you something. You could do that. You would think that that divorce is cheap, but what happens is when you're with a person for a length of time, what's the most valuable and the most what costs you the most in that divorce is that piece of yourself that that person is taking with them, that
Yes.
you invested something in this person. Y'all started working and building life together. Can we take this guy off?
Oh, I
Y'all
done got
started
wrapped up in.
working. Y'all started working and building life together, and now this person is about to walk away with half your building. And
Right.
now I got to figure out how I'm going to rebuild. How am I going to start from an uneven foundation to build? Where do I go and get these supplies? Because we brought these supplies together. You know what I mean?
Right.
That sort of thing is what I think really makes that divorce cost you more, whether it's financial or not. You got this child that you expected to raise together, and this child who expected to have both parents and both parties actively involved in their life, and now y'all have to make some alternative plans on how you're going to raise this child and split up his life or her life. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that's what's most costly in divorce. And I don't know how what the numbers are and what the statistics are showing. I did just post a article or interview off of Good Morning America about the wedding rate spiking since we're now coming out of the COVID
Mm-hmm.
um, quarantine. Well, people are getting married. So
Mm-hmm.
somebody is not afraid. But and we're one of them, I'm about to get married.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how the divorce rate went up as well. Extremely high during the quarantine because people realize
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this person. I hopped
Right.
into this marriage and we've been working so much that I didn't even pay attention to the fact that I really don't like this person.
Mm-hmm. And,
So
and then I got to be honest too. A lot of times men get the short end of the stick when it comes to getting married. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a reason why a lot of men are afraid to get married. Especially if kind of well off, or you got the bag or whatever. Depending on how long y'all are married, you know, the woman can make off with 50% of what you got and ain't put in on it. You know what I'm saying?
JD, I'm gonna have to give it to
That
you.
that's
You
true.
hold true to being an apologist for the men. You are
Yeah.
forever on here advocating for these
It,
men.
I am advocating for the men. I am advocating for the men. And then, it's true though. And then,
I just want you to look at the whole picture now. I want you to look at the whole panoramic view that
we
you
can
got
look.
some men in your camp that ain't doing their part either now. I just really want you
What
to
you mean?
understand
What you mean by not
you
doing their part?
JD.
Come on. We talking about it, right? What
You
you
know,
mean
it's
not
some
doing their
men out
part?
here, they ain't living up to the expectations in that marriage. You know,
Uh-huh.
it's some men out here, they hoeing and cheat. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, YouTube.
You good.
They cheating and they slinging back and forth. They want to come home and raise hell with the woman that they married, and then get out here and give it all to the one that they're not married to. And then when the woman that they married say, "Okay, I'm finna go, and you gonna pay me for my pain." Yeah. You know, it's some men like that out there now. That let's be honest. Just like I know it's some trifling women out there, I need
You
you
you see
to
my
be
face, don't
honest
you?
that it's some trifling men among your camp.
You see my face, don't you?
I see your face, but
Talking
you still
about
ain't scared though. I ain't
talking
backing
about
down.
men cheating or whatever. Look, one of my favorite websites now is blackdemographics.com.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a black website with black statistics gathered by black people for black folk.
Okay.
Now, check this out. Since you brought it up about cheating, at,
Mm-hmm.
at what percent do men cheat?
I told you I don't know the statistics.
So I'm gonna tell you. You can write this down. It's
Okay.
out there. 28%.
Lies. Lies.
28%. So you want to argue with the
Lies.
stats? You want to argue with the stats?
Yes.
Okay. Now,
They didn't interview the right people.
28%, right? At what rate do women cheat?
About 55.
24%. So that's not far
I think
behind the men.
I
Women
think
are
they didn't
cheating
interview the right
too.
people. I think they didn't
Yeah.
interview the right people because
So
my survey says that women cheat about 50%. My survey says that men cheat about 50% too.
the stats show, the numbers show men cheat at a 28% rate, those that are married.
Mm-hmm.
And women who are married cheat at a 24% rate.
Okay, so
That
they're neck and
means,
neck. Well,
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
okay. When it comes
Women
to yeah,
cheat too.
yeah,
It's not just the men. I can't let you get away with that because look, men are trying to do better out here. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, women expect so much out of a man. It's hard out here. But I will say this too: men are not leaving their marriages either. Women are. And I think that's why a lot of people, a lot of black men are scared to get married because most of the women are leaving the relationship. Prior to 1965, the black community was married at an 80% rate. We struggling to touch 50 now, if we even near 50. And it's because women are leaving the relationships.
yeah. Women do it
80%.
all wrong, JD. Women do it
Look,
all wrong.
no,
We
I'm just
we
saying.
don't want to get married. When we do get married, we leave the relationship. We cheat. We out here cheating. We
Look,
ain't doing right
look.
while we in the marriage. We don't
No,
cook.
y'all
We
not.
don't clean.
Y'all ain't doing right at
we
all.
we we don't bring nothing to the table. We just want to take, take, take,
Nah,
take, take.
y'all ain't doing. Y'all
Let's
ain't
just let
doing
JD
nothing.
tell the story.
Yeah, y'all ain't doing nothing at all. No, I'm kidding though. But real talk though, women are leaving the relationships at a higher rate. Why? 80% of the divorce rate is filed by women.
So, like I said, I have not reviewed the statistics.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just my personal analysis, okay? This is not no scientific analysis. I ain't read no reports about this, but this is my personal analysis and maybe projection. A lot of times, especially in our black community, we have women who have progressive mindsets and men don't move as progressively. Yeah. So, although you state that women want traditional men, traditional in the stance of being a protector and a provider in the relationship. What we don't want is somebody always trying to tell us what we can and cannot do. What we don't want is someone who is running around doing everything under the sun that they want to do and expecting their wife to just sit home and wait on him to get home. What we don't want is someone who is very strong armed with us and our children. We don't want that. What we don't want is someone who is emotionally unevolved and unintelligent. We don't want that. So, this is just my personal analysis. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
that's why women are leaving the marriages.
So, are you suggesting that most men are abusive?
I'm suggesting that there are some men in our community, and I would expect that it's a majority that still have traditional mindsets. I'm sure there are some men most men in our Black community that still don't want to have a gay son. I
Mhm.
would project that most men in our Black community, who is that? Bridgeforth. I would project that most men in our Black community would like to have their women dress a certain way and make sure that she knows how to dress how he wants her to dress. I would expect that in our Black community that most men may be intimidated by their woman making more money than them. Those are some of the traditional mindsets that I would say will make a woman say, "No, I can't do this."
Okay, so this is what I'm gathering, and Paul, I put a copy to the link in the comments on YouTube. So if you go over to my YouTube channel, you can click the link from there, and I'll bring you on and let you add whatever you want to add to the conversation. So um yeah, I'm not seeing that way. Because this is part of the reason why. Now, there are absolutely some insecurities sometime about if a man is with a woman and she's making more money than him, that could be a problem. It's a big difference, let's just say, between making $30,000 a year and making $60,000 a year. But once you get to a certain tax bracket, just for me, it really doesn't matter if if the woman I'm with is making more money than me, because it's not that big of a difference between 65,000 or 70,000. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it was 120,000 versus 60 or 70,000, that's a pretty big difference. Now, men's egos sometimes need to be stroked, and men need to, feel like uh, they're running their household or the head of the household. Now, the problem with this is if the woman does happen to make more than a man, 9 times out of 10, she gonna hold that over his head. And if she don't, it's only temporary. It's gonna come a time to where if she doesn't do it at first, that woman is gonna lose respect for that man. Why? Because pressure is built for shoulders. Pressure is made for shoulders, not hips. Men are
Yeah.
supposed to be are supposed to carry that
Did you hear that?
what he say?
He heard you, baby.
What he say?
He said BS.
Oh, come on. Hey, have him, have him.
I know plenty.
Baby.
No, he can talk. Yeah, bring him on. But it's now that's part of it. A lot of women will hold that over their head, and the statistics also show that in most cases, if a woman is making more than a man, she is going to leave that relationship if he doesn't come up. Most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time.
Yeah, that's what I said. You're making my point for
Mhm.
me. That
Yeah,
yeah,
but that's what I'm saying.
because
No,
here's
no,
the
no,
thing.
no, no. Your point was a little bit different. My thing is the
I
woman
gave
is
you
instigating the man. Look,
no, I gave you some scenarios of why women are leaving their marriages, and one of them included that
mhm,
men are not comfortable with their wives making more than them.
and that's what I'm saying. The wives are not comfortable with their man making less than them either.
So we're saying
That
the
that
same thing, JD.
No, we're saying the same thing, but not
So you
necessarily.
added a
You no,
spin on it.
you're saying that it's the men that have a problem with making less money than the woman, right?
So what I'm saying is, yes, men are traditional and intimidated by a woman that is making more than them. And this
N-
is in our Black community. Yes, it happens,
not
JD.
all the time.
Not all the time. This is always going to
Mm.
be some, not all. Okay, because I'm not generalizing on any, but a lot of times in our Black community, baby, I'm sorry, I shouldn't address you like that. A lot of times in our Black community, men are intimidated by a woman that's making more than them. And here's some, I'm gonna draw a bigger picture for you.
Come on with it.
Even if she never says anything about what she's making, the way she moves is different, JD. And a lot of times our brothers can't handle it. If she moving in a way that when she go out, people walking up to her and commenting and hey, and want to get to her, and they're like, wait a minute, stay away from our woman. And she's like, if you don't put that barbaric self back, that's not what I want. You know?
Are you talking about like people just coming up to her, speaking to her in general, or are you
Or
talking about male attention?
No, people that are excited about a brand that she's building, or people that are excited about the work that she's doing, people that are invested in who this person is and what they have to offer to the community. Men are intimidated by that. It's like, oh, you're getting all this attention. You need to sit down somewhere. You're getting ahead of yourself. You know, oh, you on the news now. Who you think you is? You know, that type of attitude comes into play when you have, and she may have never stated anything about how much she makes, but the way she moves might be intimidating to him.
So you said the key word that just proves my point. She might not say anything, but her actions show it all.
She always gonna be wrong in your opinion.
Look, no,
it's always gonna be the woman at fault in your opinion.
It's not about that. It's not about the woman always being at fault. But what I'm saying is these conversations that men have been having for years that are just now getting out in the forefront, it plays a part. That's why I will never ever move in with a woman. Because she'll hold that over your head. And she will lose, women will lose respect for a man if he's not providing right, and she's gonna hold it over his head. Because now the average median income for men, black men, is around somewhere roughly around $40,000, right? How many women even want a man making that much money? And that's average, like 50% of the men, and still respect them. That's the thing I'm saying. Women rate men or value men on their wallet, and like you said earlier, their bedroom fun.
But JD, you gotta also consider what I'm saying regarding the presentation. This woman could be sweet and humble, but you gotta understand that sometimes when you make a lot of money, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort to keep up.
That's true. That's true.
A woman, 9 times out of 10, that is with a man that makes a lot of money, she can be understanding that he ain't gonna always be home for dinner. She can be understanding that he might not show up to the kids' extracurricular activity. Why? Because he out there making that money, and he's gonna make sure that we're secure. Now, here we go with roles reversed. A lot of times men are not understanding when their wife is out there making the bag for them. Well, why you ain't never home for dinner? You know, why can't I ever have a meal with you? You know what I mean? Why can't I do this? Why we don't spend Yes, it happens that way.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you think that the amount of money that women make will matter to men that make money?
No.
Exactly. So if I'm going to be the provider, right? Not saying that you have to give up everything, but if I'm working hard, if I got the bag, why do both of us need to work hard like that?
But if that's her ambitious self, why would she want to give that up if that's how you met her? Is in ambition. And then, can I give you an example?
Go ahead.
Can I give you an example? Two people You know I'm always down with the hot topics, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's bring into play this Married to Medicine reality TV show. These are doctors.
Mm-hmm.
They make good money.
I believe I heard of the show.
Yeah. So two couples on this show that I'm gonna bring into called to the floor, to the carpet. No, in fact, three. We can say three of them. Dr. Jackie and her husband Curtis. Curtis is an ex basketball player. He's retired,
Mm-hmm.
NBA player. So he's at the house just chilling. You know, he got money, and she's OBGYN. So she got to
Mm-hmm.
go run and catch these babies all night, every night, you know. And she's on this reality TV show that's bringing in income with for the family. And she is doing all these other, she has all these other endeavors and businesses that's bringing income into the family. Curtis, we saw him for like the first 3 seasons on Married to Medicine, kept saying that she was too busy. She too busy. You too busy. We'll never get any time together. And guess what? By the 4th season, we saw Curtis cheat. Because Curtis felt like, I can't have my woman at home, so I'm gonna go get me another woman.
Okay. Women do the same thing.
No, when it comes to making that money,
No, women
you more
do the
times than
same
not,
thing.
more times than not, you are going to find that a woman that has a man that's chasing that bag like that is going to more times than not be faithful, because she ain't gonna want to lose him. Now, second couple. Well, these next two couples pretty much have the same situation going on. Well, second couple, Dr. Simone and her husband. Her husband was working in corporate America. From what they say, he was making a great salary, 6-figure salary. He got laid off from the company that he was working for. So he's at the house, but from what they said, he got a good severance package. The man ain't broke. But she's a OBGYN as well. Same situation. He kept saying, you always charting. You get off work and you still come home and you working on the computer. And the next thing we know, they about to file for a divorce because he got another woman that's giving him attention. Third couple, Dr. Contessa and her husband, who is a doctor also, Dr. Scott. Contessa, both of them making money. Both of them are doctors. Contessa says, I'm a very ambitious woman. I'm ex-military. She was in the Navy. She was a doctor in the Navy. Of course, an officer and a pilot. She's now a civilian doctor, but she wanted to go back and get another degree because her aspirations are to be the Surgeon General of the United States. So in order to do that, she needed some more education. This man got totally pissed off that she wanted to go and get some more education. And he told her that I'm almost done with you because her ambitions, that she was not fully available for him and the kids. Whereas she used to be the one that was more hands on with the kids. Now he has to step up and be more hands on with the kids. And he didn't like that. And he is on the show right now with possibly another woman.
Mm-hmm.
These are situations that I'm and it's not, I know these are just TV shows,
Mm-hmm.
but these are real people, real situations. And I know that we can look in our own lives and see people going through some same similar situations. Real people with real issues that we know we can go knock on their door,
Mm-hmm.
that have some similar situations. Girlfriends that be talking about, look, this man getting on my nerve. And if we didn't have to wait on this baby to graduate, I'd be gone. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you a question. What does all of these women that you just gave the example of, what do all of them have in common?
They are ambitious women.
They
They
are
are women.
all too masculine.
Oh my God.
They are all too masculine.
What makes them
Okay,
masculine to you?
my man that you said got mad because she wanted to go get more education. In his mind, he was thinking, okay, she's probably almost done. I get to get my wife back or whatever. Now she wants to go for another degree that's going to take at least another 2 years where she can't even nurture our children. Who is the natural nurturer of the children?
Are they not in a partnership? Are they not both parents?
See, that's what I'm saying. But naturally, who's the nurturer in the relationship? Is usually the mother.
Naturally, both of
The
them are parents.
both of them are parents, yes. But the nurturer of the family is usually the mother. The
JD,
father provides structure and discipline.
you really sounded misogynistic on this line
No, no,
tonight, JD.
and
When you
see,
said she too masculine,
these
you ain't
women,
seen Contessa.
they're
Contessa
too,
down.
they're too masculine.
Contessa is a good looking woman. And Scott would be a
And,
fool if he leave her.
and she might be, but they're all too masculine. See, typically it's the man that's out chasing the bag, right? And
And
a
that's what I'm
woman,
talking about right there.
yeah, and a woman can be more secure in that, right?
You're proving
But
my point.
no, but a man, on the other hand, let me tell you where the men are coming from. The men are coming from a place of, hey, I need my wife here to nurture me, nurture the children, and everything like that, you know. And if they're saying that I need more time with my wife, then let's just be honest, men are biologically different than women. So if he's saying, hey, I need more time, I want my wife back, and then you go start another degree, that's blatant disrespect.
Really? See, that's what I'm talking about
Yeah.
right there. That's what I'm talking about right there. Do
That's
y'all hear
blatant
JD?
that's
That's what I'm talking about
that's
right
blatant
there. That
disrespect.
traditional mindset that
And
I'm
now
being
and
disrespectful
now
to my marriage because I want to get a degree.
no, not that you want to get a degree, you want to go get another degree.
I'm being disrespectful to my marriage because I want to go get another degree.
So okay, let's put the shoe on the other foot. If it was a woman that was
Mm-hmm.
asking her husband, "I need more time from you. I need you here more with the kids. I need you here with me. You work too much. I'm not feeling fulfilled in this relationship." And she goes off and has an affair, and he's still, working, not paying her any attention. Y'all are gonna be saying, "You go, girl. You go, girl."
No,
Y'all gonna be cheering.
JD, you want to know where these girls' trips come from? The girls getting together to go have some fun because the men out there hustling. That's where them girls' trips come from.
I don't know
That's
about
why.
all that.
That's yes,
That might
JD.
be where they started from,
That's
but that
what
ain't what they for now.
that
Hot girl
that's the
summer and
cult.
all
That's
that.
where
Come
the
on.
culture began. Is because these men out here hustling. I don't have my husband is not as available to me as I like him to be, but because I need to tuck my chin and suck it up because he definitely is bringing home the bacon. Then
Mhm.
I'm gonna just go hang out with my girlfriends and suck it up. And when he gets here, we just have the great time. Then we've been doing that for generations now. This next generation is just like, okay, I'm gonna do
Mhm.
for me for me.
I don't know about all that. That might be a little different. But I'm glad you said what you said, because that brings us to our next topic. Are you ready for the next topic?
I'm ready.
Are you
I'm
ready for the next topic?
ready.
Do we really want equality in relationships?
JD don't want it.
That's not necessarily true.
Yes, you just told us that.
No,
You just told us
that's
that
not
the man
true.
can go get another degree, but that woman too masculine, and
No,
she
no,
does.
look, no, no, look. A lot of ladies
Look, you got my bride crooked.
not gonna head off, but a lot of women are too masculine. Now, don't get me twisted. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with bettering yourself or trying to be more
You just said
ambitious.
it was
No, no,
disrespectful.
no. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. But if you got your husband, if you've been on the ground for however many years, and then your husband is sitting here telling you that he needs more time, and then you go tack on another 2 to 3 to 4 years of education when that's something that you might not necessarily have to have. I mean, come on.
You
And
might
then
not have to have it, but if you knew you married a ambitious woman, then that's something that I can't fault her for. Now, do I want her to be there for her kids? Yes, I do. Do I want her to definitely serve her husband? Yes, I do. But at the same time, I want him to be supportive of her ambitions. Because at the end of the day, when she becomes the Surgeon General, Contessa Metcalf, with his last name, he gonna say, yeah, that's my wife. I'm happy to be the first gentleman. You know what I mean? Because that, y'all see my wife? My wife
That
bad,
don't
ain't
even
she?
sound right. First gentleman.
See, that your misogyny is showing, JD.
Oh, the first gentleman. That don't even sound right.
Your misogyny is
Come on,
showing,
that.
JD.
Come on, Val. Come on now. Really? Do that sound right to you? The first gentleman.
If that's what she wants, yes. We got a
No,
first gentleman in the White House right
that
now.
don't even sound right. Okay, let me ask you a question. And this is a little off topic, and we'll move on. But okay, if a woman is a queen already, right? If she marries a man, does that make him a king?
So, okay, I can be respectful of your question, but I want to give you my caveat.
Well, answer the question first, then get a caveat.
Okay. No, it does not automatically make him a king.
Okay. Now,
Now,
what's the caveat?
I prefer not to call women queens. I prefer the term goddess because a queen is beholden to the people. A goddess stands alone. All of her greatness stands for itself, and she is not obliged to give it away to nobody. Whereas a queen, like Queen Elizabeth, she has been in service to the people. Their lifestyle revolves around, I have to put up an image for people. So I'm not a fan of calling women queens.
Okay. But just for the sake of discussion in the conversation.
Okay.
Okay, so you said no. If a queen marries a man, that does not make him a king, right?
Right.
But if a king marries a woman, does she automatically become queen?
No. No.
When a king marries a woman, she is automatically deemed queen.
No. No.
That's
Let's
how it works.
no, look at Vashti in the Bible. Let's go back to
Who?
that story. Queen Vashti, when the king had married a woman and he said, y'all, I'm having fun out here partying with my friends. Go get my woman so I can show my other friends how beautiful she is. And she said, I ain't coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, okay, I got to get rid of her because she ain't no queen for real. I need to go get me a real queen.
But she had the title.
Just because you hold a title does not mean that you hold the attributes.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
That's why I
is,
say no.
but what I'm saying is, she had the title and was in that position, regardless of her attributes. He married her; she was still the queen, so she was in that position.
All right. So by your definition, then that would change the answer. But it ain't
Mm-hmm.
my answer. My
Mm-hmm.
answer is no, because I'm basing things off of character.
Mm-hmm.
And by your definition, that if we marry, then you automatically hold a position, so that makes you that. Then that's your definition, but that ain't
Yeah,
my
and
definition.
that's how it's always worked all throughout time. So that leads me to this question: do we really want equality in our relationships? Do I hear most people say, they want a partnership, right? What does a partnership look like to you?
It varies from couple to couple because we are people. We're different. We vary. So that's why I think equity is a good word to use. Equality can be a good word, but equity I think might be a better. But everybody gets to define what their relationship looks like based on what their needs are.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't need the male partner to be out grinding. Some people just don't need it, and some men don't want it, and it's okay. If that works for her.
What you mean? Some men don't want what?
Or don't want to be out in the workforce grinding. That they
What
are
do they
a
want to
better.
do?
Some men might feel that they are a better support inside the household. Hey, if that works for her and him and them, then that works for them. I'm not gonna judge them. For
Mm-hmm.
me personally, me Valerie, you know, I want both of us grinding. I do. I want somebody that wants to have the same style of lifestyle. I need someone that matches my values.
Mm-hmm.
Faith, family, finances. Those are my values. Those are things that I hold near and dear. But somebody else, they might care two nickels about their family. They don't care, so that's not what they need. They don't need somebody that's a family person.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this. Would you say that most women would rather be like stay-at-home wives or be taken care of after they're um, pregnant with the first child?
I don't know. That's hard to judge. That's hard to
Mm-hmm.
judge because definitely children change the way you see things. I honestly, let me tell you, before I ever got married, I can remember being in high school. I was with my high school sweetheart for almost 5 years. And I just knew I was gonna marry this man. And I was just walking around talking about we're gonna have 5 kids. I want 5 boys. I want to
Mm-hmm.
work from home and homeschool my children. I'm gonna be the best mom in the neighborhood. Once my kids get older, I'm gonna be that MILF because I'm gonna be the one that's working out and keeping my body together for my man. You know what I mean? That was my fairy tale, right?
Mm-hmm.
After I had that first child, that changed.
Mm-hmm.
I also, things of life. That's why, we discussed last week how young to settle down. I think that the older I got, I started to understand what realistic expectations of my womanhood and my adulthood start to balance. I started to get some gravity in it.
Mm-hmm.
Although I still hold true to working from home. I did that for a little bit with my son. I resigned from my full-time job and I homeschooled my kid for 2 years. Because I wanted to be there in his life. I felt that it was unfair to him for me to spend all this time at work and just an hour or two with him before he go to bed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then rushing him up in the morning to take him off for somebody else to watch after him. I felt that was unfair. So I did that. But I still have an ambitious spirit. I'm an ambitious woman. I'm a go-getter. I'm a hustler. I've told you this. So it's unrealistic for me to want to be a stay-at-home mom when my spirit is so ambitious. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it changes. It varies. You have to learn what the ebbs and flows of life that will work for you and your relationship. And I think that you have to have a partnership that's malleable, that's someone that's not so stuck in one way that they can, ride the waves with you.
I think that's fair. I think that's pretty much fair. But I mean, I gotta be honest with you. It's still my experience that a lot of women will say the politically correct answer, but really want something else. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, the fact of the matter is, like, if you're below, a certain tax bracket, most of the time, both spouses are going to have to work. And if you have a situation to where one is not working, you might be living a different type of a lifestyle. But I found out that most women would rather be stay-at-home wives and be to where they can take care of the children. Now, I heard on another podcast the other day. It was this 20-year-old. She was talking about her and her fiance. That's both of them are in college, right? And the guy that she's with, he's about to graduate and would be making like in the high five figures or whatever. But he was serious about her, wanted to get married, but at the same time, she wanted to go to law school. But at the same time, she wants to have 4 or 5 kids, and she wants to raise those 4 or 5 kids, right? So, I mean, you can't do both, right?
It's a challenge.
Yeah, it's a
It's a
challenge.
challenge, and
It's a
it
challenge.
definitely takes a community of support to help it
Mm-hmm,
get done. It can be done. I'm
mm-hmm,
never gonna say that it can't be, that she can't have the whole world, but it takes a community of support, and you learn through through the experiences of life whether or not that support is going to be there to help you get to that point, or it's not there. So I need to change my expectations. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? Am I
Yeah,
making sense to you?
yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
Because
Uh,
I'm gonna be honest with you. After I had my son, I found out that I was being cheated on 2 days before I found out I was pregnant.
mm,
I chose to stay because doggone it, I'm pregnant now.
mm-hmm. Gotcha.
um, I even still had the mindset I want kids. You know, I wanted multiple kids, but my situation just did not. It was not supportive of that. So,
Mm,
so I had to change what I expected of my life. My kid, when he was old enough to talk and walk, he was very vocal on the fact that he wanted siblings.
mm-hmm,
But my situation just
mm-hmm,
did not lend to that, you know. I did, and then I was living in a city away from my mom, my dad. Hey, Tiffany. I was living in a situation away from my relatives that could be of support. And I didn't
mm-hmm.
have a lot of support locally. So, you know, my situation just did not lend to that. But I didn't know that until, you know, I was in it. You sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you just don't know until you're in the situation, and you have to make a decision based on what life is handing you.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. And you definitely don't want to get in a situation to where you're repeating the same habits over and over and over again. But I, in that sense of security that women need to have. I mean, you would agree with me that women need to feel secure, right?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, if it comes to a situation where your husband and your wife, the wife and husband is going 50-50 on things, and if the husband's income falls off, or he gets hurt or whatever, and then things are gonna go under, what then?
Right. And yeah,
You
there
know what I'm
there
saying?
right.
And,
That's where being malleable comes into play.
right. That and being valuable has a big part to play in it. But I'm just of the persuasion, and I might be a little bit more traditional in value, but I'm just of the persuasion that the man needs to carry the majority of the load.
Yeah. But
You know.
when he can't, does he have a
Mm,
woman that is okay with picking it up where he dropped it off?
yeah, it should be now, and that goes back to what I was saying earlier. If a woman is going to do that, I promise you, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a temporary situation, because at the end of the day, just keeping it a thought while, no woman wants to be taking care of a man. I mean,
ask ask
am I
Karen
being
Hugo about
honest?
that.
Huh?
I said ask Karen Hugo about that.
I don't know who that is.
So those on the line that are viewers of reality TV on Real Housewives of Potomac, Karen Huger is married to a man she calls the Black Bill Gates, and he went through some tax issues where he owed millions of dollars of taxes, and she had to take money from her bank account to pay off his taxes to help to get them out of debt. And after they were clear, she said, "I want my money back." After he's been taking care of her forever. They've been married over 20
Wow.
years, and he's been taking care of her all 20 years and giving her
You see what
allowances
I'm
and stuff.
saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
She want the money back, and he been doing everything for God knows how long, and she want the money back. You see what you ladies do? Let me read this comment. I am in a situation where I know the guy is abusive, and I have to spend money on him. He claims he likes me, but yells at me when I don't need to be yelled at.
Oh,
Yeah.
In
Now
my Jordan Vincent Peele voice, get out.
now it's a difference between being assertive and being abusive. I will say that. No, I don't want to take care of no man. See, no woman wants to take care of me. And then you got all of these songs talking about broke men don't deserve whatever. And look, it might not be politically correct, and it might not be what y'all want to hear, and y'all might not want to admit it, but a man's money plays a big part in these relationships. So, equality in a relationship. Let me bring this up on the screen real quick. Y'all see this?
Uh-huh.
Jay Cutler, NFL quarterback. Him and his wife divorcing, and he wants half of her company. Lord have mercy. You ladies have been ripping this man apart for wanting half of her company. But if the shoe was on the other foot,
JD,
what would happen to
and
Mr.
all
Jay
your
Cutler?
male partners would be ripping her up to shreds if she said, "I want half of his pension."
Okay, yeah, we might, but what would that hold up in court? The courts are usually in favor of the women.
Yes, exactly. Most state
Mm-hmm.
laws are in favor of that bride getting that half
Yeah.
if she's invested enough time.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, I can't hate the player for playing the game.
Yeah, so I mean, this right here, she don't think he deserves half, and blah 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 blah, whoop de whoop de whoop. But if it was the other way around, yeah, girl, take half of what he gonna have to pay you out, and then on top of that, like some people, some ladies rather, will move on, get in another relationship, and want to get married, their new person or significant other wants to get married, they will not get married just to keep that alimony check coming, because they know if they get married again, the alimony is cut off. You ladies are cutthroat.
I don't know nothing about that. You know, I'm a different breed.
See that's the woman code right there. She know it's true, but she ain't gonna admit it. She don't want to throw her ladies under the bus.
Listen,
It's cool,
I
I
don't know
get
about that because I'm a different breed. I'm about to get married, and the ex-husband coming to the wedding. So
it. My. Now that need to be a reality TV show.
Yeah, it does.
That definitely needs to be a reality TV show. My goodness. Well, I'm gonna definitely be in the house to show my support. So
Yes, sir.
thank you so much for the invite. Thank you so much for the invite. But yeah, I mean, that's what it is. It's just is we all know it's double standards, and women think about stuff one way, men think about things another way, but we just having a conversation trying to give some insight on what the disconnect between the men and the women is. And we got to have discussions like this to try to fix that disconnect. But I think that's gonna wrap us up for tonight, Alabama Church Girl. Do you have anything you want to add, anything you want to plug to the people?
I just want the people to know that God loves you. God loves you, and I do too. Give me my good pageant speech.
Yeah, that's
No,
what's up.
seriously. Yeah, seriously. Invite your friends to come on into this group. Tell them about these hot conversations that we're having. We're having this discussion because our community needs it. That's something that, I really appreciate about you, JD, is that you created a platform for us to really have the open discussions that we're afraid to have around the table. So I appreciate you. Thank you.
Right. Well, thank you so much. So then somebody says, "Oh, I love you." Who said that?
Tiffany.
That's what's up. Woman code right there, right? But yeah, that's gonna wrap us up for tonight. Listen, y'all don't forget to like the video, share the video, let everybody know what we're doing over here. Just
Thumbs
like
up.
Alabama Church Girl said, go over to our YouTube channel, subscribe there, and there's gonna be more to come. And hopefully next week we'll be back in our regular time slot. But until next time, for the Alabama Church Girl, I'm your boy JD, aka Mr. December. We out of here. Peace.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.